Right, Alex, how you going, man? It's been a while.
Good, dude. How are you?
Yeah, good. On lockdown town, surviving.
Man. Yeah, it's like that. It's crazy times.
It is, sure is. Well, man, Mascai Raid have been busy, hard at work behind the scenes on album number 2, I believe, which is a follow-up to 2018 Signs of Fiction. How is that all coming along, man?
We're really excited. So it's coming along good. We're almost finished. We've got I think 3 or 4 tracks left to do, vocally. And when we tracked the first 3 tracks, we were like, oh man, this is so much better than anything we've done before. And it's like everything that we've ever done has led to this point, I think. But it's funny because Adam and I, the singer, he's like him and I, we've been doing this now for 10 years. And it's like we started to sift through all of our old songs, and some of the tracks are actually like tracks that we had 10 years ago, or some of the first stuff we ever wrote together. And then it just wasn't right to finish it back then or whatever. So we've dug that up and started to work on that. And it's coming together very nicely.
Has it got a name?
It's just Mascai Raid. I don't know, man. It could be self-titled, or it could be Greatest Hits.
Oh, okay.
Greatest Hits. No, it's not going to be Greatest Hits. But I don't know yet. No, so we've got really good working title names.
Yeah.
Some of them, I won't say in public because they're rude. But I think it's going to be an album. We were just going to do a single. Or a couple of singles, and our circumstances changed, which was really good. So we applied for a grant and got that. So that's when we decided to start, writing and just digging through the hard drive, bust out the hard drive, all the hundreds of songs we've written over all the years. And it's funny stuff that we thought was crap back then. It was only crap because we weren't good enough to finish it. But I think now, particularly Adam on vocals, he's so creative, and it doesn't matter what I do. Like, I can come up with a cool guitar part or whatever, but you need that epic vocal hook. And I feel like him and I together, just working at this time around, is just the best stuff we've done, and revisiting the old, like I said, those old tracks. There's just a lot of really good foundation to start with, as opposed to starting from scratch. There was already a bit of the work done. You know what I mean?
How many did you pull out of the vault to begin with?
So it's tricky. We kind of so we applied for a grant, right, which we got, and we didn't think we were going to get it. And when we got it, it was amazing, and it's obviously good to see the Queensland government getting behind music and trying to actually help musicians and artists. And to get it, we sort of said, hey, we've got a whole album ready. And then when we got the grant, we're like, oh, wow, we've got 2 songs, and we had to give them a timeline. So then it was like crunch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why we opened up all of those old tracks and started digging through all of that stuff. But it all fell together quickly. And it's like the more we looked at stuff, the faster it all started to fall together. So,
That's awesome.
So I think it's it's going to be roughly 10 tracks.
That's awesome, man. And you mentioned before you've had a bit of a lineup change as well. How's that working?
It's working good. So there's I can't say too much yet. And it's just because we're going to formally sort of introduce the guys, but both the 2 guys we have. So because the original lineup was Reese, a guy called Reese Baines, who's a really good drummer.
Yes.
And then Cameron Dobinson's the first bass player we had. And then obviously Reese left, and we had Flakey jump on board, a guy called Flakey, and he's an incredible drummer, and he teaches at Troy Wright Drum School. So he played for us for a while, and we got that album out. And then he was just sort of he's doing his own thing. He does a lot of different stuff. So he was like, look, I'll keep playing with you guys, but I reckon you guys should find somebody else. I don't want to be playing in a band anymore, really. And we were like, okay, cool. And so now we've got a new bass player and a new drummer, and these guys are definitely bringing something new to the table. So multi-skilled guys that, like, the bass players sort of playing piano and can do multiple things. And yeah, so you'll see it's all going to be good, all fresh.
Awesome, man. And how's that lineup change had an effect on the new material and that direction and where it's heading?
I think, like, it kind of happened. Like I said, like a lot of the songs, those on that hard drive, they were written just by Adam and I ages ago. And even with the other materials, like while Reese or Flaky or Cam added like amazing stuff, the foundation of the sound was already there. And Adam's voice is so unique. As long as his voice is on it, it's going to sound kind of, his voice, I think, is a signature.
Yes.
So the guys are definitely bringing something to the table. You'll notice a difference. There's like acoustics on this album. So the last album was all fairly heavy and it was just like the same sort of thing the whole way through. It's monotone. It's where now I feel like there's more light and shades, a bit more character. It's definitely edgier. It's heavier, but it's also softer. And heaps of people say that, like, oh, this album is way softer, but it honestly is. But it's also way heavier. But it all sounds like it's meant to be, which is good. Yeah.
How, in what kind of heavy? Like blast beaty heavy or like weighty heavy?
You wish there was blast beat. Yeah, I love blast beats and I love my heavy stuff. No blast beats. The drums are definitely the more sort of complex instrument this time around. But in saying that, like sometimes it's just like a snare and a kick. It's heavy. Just, I don't know. You'll just have to see, man. It's interesting. I feel like it's like a blend of like sort of. It sounds more modern, I feel.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's it's just, I don't know. It's just better. Just better. It's like if you build a house, the second house is going to be better.
What about the lockdown? Has that had a bit of a creative drive for the direction of where this album is heading? Have you been working behind the scenes a little bit on that stuff?
Yeah, like it's if anything, it's sort of put a bit of a stop, well, not a stop, but it slowed things down just because obviously it's not as easy to catch up at the moment. And the thing for us is obviously like we've all got families and stuff, and there's a risk out there, like there is, like and I think we just want to do our part and obviously not be hanging out in massive groups and whatever. So at the moment, like technology is helping. We meet up online, meet up on phone, whatever. Can send ideas. In Queensland, obviously, we can still have like 2 people around at a person's house at the moment. So Adam's finishing tracking, so he'll go to the studio and track, and there's only 1 person there. And so it's moving along in that sense. But in terms of like, we wanted to be filming a video clip right now, but that's not going to happen with what we want to do because we can't go to that location and do it. So that's sort of been put on hold. And then obviously the live jam, like you said before we started the call, like, you yourself are missing jamming. So that's definitely
crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play by yourself, but it's much better when you're in a room.
That's right.
And it's nice and loud. Yeah.
That's right. And where have you guys been recording this? Like when you have been? Yeah,
so we did the drums so the drums started last November. So we booked, like I said, we only had a few songs to start with. So we booked there's a place in Burleigh called Studio Circuit. It's a really good room. So we went down there and we've got Luke Palmer is producing this time. So we've got all the pre-pro. We gave him that. He had a look at it. We went down there, laid down the drums. And then the second time that studio was booked, so we did the remaining drums in North Brisbane, which was like the biggest drive every day. I didn't stay up there. Like I literally drove up and back every day, and it was the worst decision. But it's called Lush. I think it's Lush Studios. And that was a really cool space as well. And both studios are epic. They were telling me Katy Perry was at Lush like the week before I was there. So I don't know what she was doing there, but she was there. But yeah, so we tracked the drums at Studio Circuit in the Gold Coast and Lush. Then all the guitars, man, we're just doing it all with Axe FX and Kemper at Luke's place. So
Oh,
Luke's
cool.
got a
Like
really
reamping and stuff like that.
no, just
Right.
like we might reamp eventually, but
Yeah.
we're just using like Axif X3 and the Kemper. It's so amazing. Like I wouldn't use amps again because it's just too fiddly. You got to mic stuff up. It takes time, and the tech's there now. Like a couple
Yeah,
of
it
years ago,
is.
it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's yeah, and particularly when you got guys like Luke who he knows what he's doing. And then Matt Bartlam's mixing it again. We're going to get him to mix it. So the guitars, it's we're just doing it all there. A lot of the programming, I've added programming at home using different programs like Massive and whatnot, and then we'll take that to Luke's. We'll look at it and sort of open up those sounds, see if there's better variations. If we can find a sound that's the same sound, like a keyboard sound, but it's an improvement, then we'll add that in and delete the old one, sort of thing. So yeah, and all the vocals are getting done at Luke's house as well. The first 3 tracks were tracked at Forrester's house at Robina, Forrester Saville, but it's all sounding the same. Everything we're doing at Luke's house is sounding the same, using the same gear and everything. So the result's good, man. Like the first album was done at Bluestone Studios.
Yes.
But I think it's a testament now to where technology is, that this is sounding the same, or if not better, and it's all just done. It's sort of been done all over the place, but it still sounds awesome.
Are there any sounds that you're carrying on from, the science of fiction through to this album? Because I know, production-wise, guitar-wise, so it's got maybe that same personality or a bit of thread connecting the two. Is there anything that you're playing with in regards to that?
Yeah, so like my biggest regret with that first album was I used too many, because like when I was pre-proing a lot of those songs, the guitar was the last thing I'd add. I'd sort of try and come up with drum beats and chord progressions and sounds and put the guitar on last and then see what Adam could do with it and then see what the guys wanted to change. And then obviously other songs would come, from different places that Adam may have had an idea or whatever. But I feel like a lot of the guitar sounded the same.
Yeah.
Is where, which is not a bad thing. It just is what it is or whatever. So this time I've tried to make, there's still like delay obviously on some of the tracks or really ambient guitars, but sometimes the guitar isn't the focus. It might be the drums and a keyboard part. Or been listening to a lot of Birds of Tokyo, and I saw them live. Where I was seen with Cold Chisel, which was awesome, and Birds of Tokyo sounded incredible, but it was all synth. There was the guitar like a guitarist on stage, and it sounded great. But what made their set sound massive was just the quality of sounds that they used. So we've been focusing a lot on sounds that aren't just guitar based, but also like we don't want to be limited by guitars. So I think electronica music's very cool at the moment. So we've incorporated that into it like a little bit more. But like I said, we've also then got acoustic tracks this time around, all acoustic guitars. But then it's really hard when you have an album that's got like the heaviest stuff you've ever done, and then you want to put an acoustic in there. So you got to find a way to write the song where it sort of gels and sounds like it should be together, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was hard within itself, But yeah, I think guitar-wise, like I said, just not riffing just with guitars, but using the whole band to riff. So there's like little tasty parts on guitar and everything, but trying to compose the music so everything's creating the hook and everything's creating the riff, I guess. Yeah,
I like that idea. Yeah, that's cool. And what about a first single, first taste? What are we expecting soon? First
single's coming hopefully very soon. Like I said, we're just sort of limited because of the video. We need to do this music video, and we want to release it with a video or some sort of video content. So we're currently trying to sort of brainstorm around that and how we can get it out without filming the video that we had intended for it. So the first single will be very much, it won't be too far of a step. It'll kind of be like, oh, that's like science fiction part 2. But it'll be like, oh, this is a pretty cool song. And then from there, we'll sort of introduce each single, the different elements of what we want to bring into the album as a whole. So hopefully soon, man. Like I said, like we'd release it next week if we could. It's just a matter of tying off all those little loose ends, and just stuff takes time if you want to do it right, I guess. So
Yeah, it's hard at the moment. Hey, it's super hard to sort of make sure you're like, yeah, I'll just go and to the studio. Oh yeah.
Man, even to get like a band photo, because like one of the guys lives in Brisbane. So if he drives down here and he gets pulled over, they're going to be like, "What are you driving down the Gold Coast for?" He's like, "I'm shopping, shopping in the Gold Coast to get his
shopping for some band photos."
So it's like,
man, I know it's crazy times, but I know it's really hard to predict right now. Yeah, you have that drink of wine. I'll have my drink of beer.
Red cordial.
Red cordial. Yeah, well, this is definitely a beer. I've lost track. I got distracted by the booze.
Sorry.
Well, I know it is hard to predict right now, but I mean, do you have a bit of a timeline for maybe 2021 of what you want to achieve, some goals?
Yeah, so we really want to. So the biggest mistake we made with science fiction was we didn't get behind it enough, and that was because we had an issue where, and it's no one's fault. We had all the hard drives with the album for science fiction plugged into the one power source, and there was a massive power surge, and we lost the album, so we had to re-record it again. That was the last album, and when that happened, it really that put us back quite a while. And then so because that happened, we lost a lot of momentum, I think, and then when we released it, we did like maybe, I think we played Gold Coast and Brisbane, and the Gold Coast show was really good. We played with King Mungie and These Four Walls, and I think Second Circle, and that show was really good at the Shark Bar, which is closed down now, which sucks because that was an awesome venue.
Yeah,
played there lots of times. Man, I miss that place. The sticky floor.
Me too.
Dude, but it was just a good venue, and like I remember we played there, and that was probably, I think, one of the funnest shows we had. It was one of those shows where for us all the pieces fell together.
Yeah,
there was a good crowd. But then I think we played Progfest. But we didn't tour. So this time around, so back to your question, we want to tour it. We want to set it up, but it's got to be meaningful. Like we want to we don't want to just start booking shows left, right, and center. We want to make if it's going to be a show, we want to get the right bands and make it a real event and have fun with it. So we want to take it to Melbourne, take it to Sydney, Adelaide, probably not Perth because that's like halfway around the planet.
Sorry, Perth.
Sorry, Perth. Yeah, no, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna promote it a lot more. Tim Price, we work with Tim Price promoting the last album.
Hey, Pricey.
He does a really good job. So
he does.
He does, and he's doing These Four Walls at the moment. I'm pretty sure, and that their new singles, absolutely killing it, and they're good songwriters. So good.
Yeah,
good
they
for
are.
Them.
Good dudes.
Yeah, good dudes, man. Like the best dudes. So we're all the pieces are there, and it's just a matter of hopefully, look, man, like if we can get it together quickly, it could be soon. It could be sooner than later. But yeah, we don't want to wait till like next year. There's definitely going to be at least something out soon. And then more and more content. Yeah, behind the scenes content, all different stuff we're going to be working on.
Well, that's awesome, man. One last question. How far are you going to keep growing that beard?
Oh, dude, this is... So the other day I was going to shave my head and shave it and just leave a dirty chopper mode, right? And just so I look like a savage. Do it. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm lazy. I really am. And like, I still, it's kind of like, I have to shave every day, dude. If I shave it, the next day it looks like this, right? So I don't have to serve customers at the moment. My wife hates it. She's always like, you're going to get rid of it. But yeah, I think I don't know, man. It's going to be a chopper mode. It's going to be a chopper mode.
Do it
before anything else. Yeah,
man. Yeah. I wish I could grow it all like that. I've always wanted to get to the the mutton chops, like the lemmy. Big lemmy.
And it's got the space here.
Yeah, I can't
well,
do
it's good
it.
because if you're having a soup, in the spoon, it's like a gutter where the soup can Because if you got this here, it just gets in there. But if you can shave that bit off, it's also, it functions, you know.
That's right. See, I've just got, I look like I've fallen into like a patch of leaves. So it's all just, it's just not
I don't know,
functioning.
man. I feel like you're too hard on yourself. I feel like you've got a straight beard, right? Like yours, it's a bit, you know, it's getting a bit savage. So it's not premeditated. It's just laziness.
Oh, dude. It's been fun talking to you again, man. And of course, you know, we're hanging in here more Mascot Raid, and I hope you and the boys and your families are staying nice and safe out there, wherever you are on the coast.
Yeah.
Stay in touch, brother. It's been cool hanging doing video 100%. Now. Woo.
Yeah. And man, as soon as we have something, you'll be the first to contact. I'll let you know. Give you a heads up.
Do you know what we should do? We should do it in person.
We should. Can we? We can. 2 people. That's right.
No, but I mean,
are you doing?
Well,
oh,
I don't know.
What?
Depends how long this thing's going to go for. Maybe I could just do this in the next room.
Yeah. Hopefully, man. Like, who knows? It could be a couple of weeks, and they might start to slowly ease off restrictions, and you know, you might have a band. There might be venues, dude, where there's like a 5 meter spacing. Looks like, you know, Chinese checkers. Everyone's just got to like sort of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be a scenario. Yeah. Or everyone's just in like hazmat suits.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we'll just do that. But until then, bro, take care, and we'll see you guys soon.
Champion. Thanks, man.